Hello again, and to Kashmir again. We were speaking last week of the government arrests of Hurriyat leaders behind militant violence that has had its political backlash. How could it not? So another chapter of trouble. There really are two battles going on in Kashmir concurrently. The one for the hearts and minds, and then there's that straight battle against terrorists. And in that, security forces found significant success.
A master of disguise, Abu Dujana was a legend in the terror circuit for having escaped from security cordons at least 5 times. The 6th time, though, proved to be unlucky. Early this morning at 4 a.m., a combined team of the Army, CRPF and Jammu and Kashmir police had surrounded Neva village in Pulwama. Their focus was on this house, where the Lashkar commander's wife, Ruqayya, lived. In the next 45 minutes, a little after the presence of Abu Dujana was confirmed in the house, reportedly by an insider, an announcement was made for him to surrender. Ruqayya came out, but Dujana didn't. And he wasn't alone. Another Lashkar terrorist, Arif Ahmed, was hiding with him. A heavy fire assault that started at 5:30 a.m. finally halts at 9:30. The house is set on fire to smoke the 2 militants out. The confirmation of the big kill then is made jointly by the Jammu and Kashmir police and the army.
Dujana, you know, he had become more a nuisance in the area by way of, I don't want to use those words, he had become eyesore for everybody, especially the girls in the area. It was his sweet will now to enter any house and do whatever he wanted to do. Good riddance that way. I think people should relax, the girls, our sisters, they should relax now, that no such persons will be there to harass them anymore.
26-year-old Dujana, originally from North Pakistan, had crossed over into Kashmir 6 years ago. Security forces believe he was the brains behind most Fedayeen attacks on security forces that took place on the national highway in South Kashmir. A top Lashkar commander, he had recently been demoted by his organization over misappropriation of terror funds. His growing closeness to Zakir Musa, who has recently taken over the Al-Qaeda unit in Kashmir, has been widely reported. Intelligence agencies had been closely monitoring the homes of both his wife and his girlfriend Shazia, which he had been visiting regularly. Philandering, it seems, turned out to be his ultimate downfall.
I believe it's a huge success and setback for Lashkar. He was operating for quite some time in Kashmir Valleys, south and central regions. He had a lot of massive network and had a lot of OGWs converted into terrorists. Was responsible for bringing many in the terrorist fold, which the path of destruction.
With Abu Dujana's killing, the kill list of security forces is now down to single digits. Next on target is his successor, Abu Ismail, the terrorist behind the Amarnath attack that left 8 pilgrims dead.
So some police successes here, but the government does face a political backlash that we were talking about, and also on the other hand faces demands to scrap Article 370 of the Constitution that gives Kashmir special status.
Let me tell you, let me share something with you कि 35A के साथ छेड़छाड़ हमारी पार्टीज जो वहाँ नेशनल फ्लैग को लेके खड़े होते हैं सारे रिस्क के बावजूद, मैं ये बताने में मुझे कोई गुरेज नहीं है कि उस झंडे को कांधा देने वाला कोई नहीं होगा.
The Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister's first reaction to the centre's crackdown on the Hurriyat, a blow to the idea of Kashmir, she called it. The national investigation agencies clamped down over the last couple of weeks. Arrests of bigwigs and findings leading to top boss Gilani's doorstep have all squeezed the separatists. Now the PDP says this is violative of Article 370 and Article 35A that confer the state special status.
NIA इसको जम्मू कश्मीर के खित्ते पर भी इख्तियारात दे दिए गए हैं और वो यहाँ फर्जी इल्ज़ामात देकर यहाँ के लोगों को गिरफ्तार करते हैं या यहाँ के लोगों को उनकी जानों को तलब किया जा रहा है।
In Mehbooba standing up for the Hurriyat, the cracks in the BJP-PDP alliance are glaring. But the debate goes much further to whether it makes sense to allow separatist elements to continue to incite mayhem among the valley's youth just because Jammu and Kashmir enjoys special status under the Constitution of India.
बिल्कुल ठीक कार्रवाई है और ये कार्रवाई बहुत पहले होनी चाहिए थी और बताना चाहते कि देश में कहां से पैसा किस तरीके से देश विरोधी ताकतें लगी हुई हैं, तो उसमें ये जाहिर तौर पे जो भ्रष्ट नेतृत्व है कश्मीर का उसको जड़ से उखाड़ फेंकना जरूरी है।
CNN News 18 has repeatedly exposed massive corruption, anti-India sentiment and pro-Pakistan designs of Hurriyat leaders. Yet, should they be shielded because Jammu and Kashmir enjoys a special status? Article 370 of the Constitution points out that Parliament needs the state government's concurrence on all laws except defence, foreign affairs and communications. Emergency provisions may be imposed only in case of war or external aggression. Under Article 35A, permanent residents of Jammu and Kashmir, as decided by the state, enjoy special rights and privileges. It is under this that a legal team in Jammu and Kashmir has begun a probe into the validity of the NIA crackdown, whether the NIA arrests of corrupt Hurriyat leaders was against what Mehbooba Mufti had called the idea of Kashmir. Hasn't Article 370 outlived its use? Has it instead become a shield for separatists to peddle their pro-Pakistan agenda? Insurgencies around India face the iron hand of the law. The Naxals do too. Then why not the Hurriyat? Is it time to do away with Article 370 altogether?
The policy so far has been to let 370 lie. There is enough trouble in Kashmir without now having to stoke this particular fire. But Zaka Jacob now joins us from Delhi to tell us more about this. Zaka, you know, of all the hot potatoes around in India, and there are plenty, Article 370 must be about the hottest of the lot. Do we have any firm indications that the government is actually considering a revocation of this?
Well, Article 370 has been an old gripe with the BJP, right from the days of Atal Bihari Vajpayee and L.K. Advani. Consistently in election manifesto after election manifesto, they've mentioned that if they came to power, they will seek the repeal of Article 370 because they've felt that there's no need for any special status to just one state, excluding every other state in the Indian Union. The problem is, I don't think this is, it certainly is easier said than done. It's not just the fact that this needs to be given parliamentary approval. This, of course, would mean amending the constitution, which means you need two-thirds support in both houses of parliament, which itself is a big task. And more importantly, this would also have to be approved by the Jammu and Kashmir State Assembly. I don't think we've got to that stage where certainly in Parliament or even in the Jammu and Kashmir State Assembly, there are enough numbers to make this constitutional amendment happen to repeal Article 370. What has been said now, I think, you know, the constant sort of back and forth that's been going on between the BJP and PDP, even though they are allies in the state government in Srinagar. I think this was said initially by the Chief Minister that some of these arrests of the separatists that have been happening may not hold legal scrutiny because the state is covered under Article 360. But I'm not sure that how much that would cut ice, because at the end of the day, what these Hurriyat leaders are being investigated for are essentially corruption cases of hawala funding, of getting terror money from the other side of the border. I don't think Article 370 in its scope is some kind of a defense or some kind of a cover to hide away these excesses.
Now, on those Hurriyat arrests, the leaders are trying foul as they would. What is the kind of evidence on which the government acted?
Well, this has been an ongoing sort of investigation for the last year plus now, where the NIA primarily, which is the investigating agency, has been looking after not just hawala funding, but also terror funding, money that's been received from the other side of the border, from Pakistan, through both hawala operators as well as through what is the regular cross-LOC trade route. We had exposed on News 18 some months back how almonds, California almonds that are being sold from Pakistan to India, essentially on either side of the line of control, some of these traders are sort of hand in glove with the separatists. They act as conduits to transfer money from Pakistani hands to Indian hands. So the NIA has been on this trail for a number of months now. They've pieced together a money trail and who are the beneficiaries of this money that's coming in from the other side, on the basis of which about 10 days back they arrested 7 top Hurriyat functionaries, including the likes of a Aamir Khan, Bitta Karate. I think the attempt that the NIA is trying to make is to piece together the entire money trail, the entire sequence of events, so that they have a watertight case against the top guns of the Hurriyat, the likes of Amir Umar Farooq or a Saeed Ali Shah Gilani, because the NIA and the government's sense is that much of the stone pelting and unrest that we saw in Srinagar and other parts of Kashmir through the summer of 2016 was largely orchestrated by the Hurriyat. Money was paid to stone pelters to disrupt daily life. And essentially this was not a spontaneous outburst as was portrayed in some quarters, but this was certainly something that was orchestrated by the Hurriyat with the help of locals there in Kashmir. That is the sense in both the government as well as the NIA. So ever since, earlier this year, the NIA has been hot on the trail of the Hurriyat, and particularly they've been trying to sort of plug the loopholes on the money trail, and that's how they've ended up with these 7 arrests, and we're given to understand there could possibly be more arrests in the future as well.
More immediately, what is the position Mehbooba has taken, and what could this mean for the alliance with the BJP, and what if that alliance were to end?
Well, it's been interesting. It's been a very difficult alliance, no doubt, between the PDP and the BJP, and more so after the passing away of Mufti Mohammad Saeed, who had a larger-than-life persona about him, and he was one of the instrumental reasons, along with Prime Minister Modi, to make this alliance a reality. Now, when you had a towering sort of personality like Mufti Saab, it was difficult for the BJP also to assert itself as a junior partner in Kashmir. He was always given primacy, the PDP was always given primacy, but since his passing away, Mehbooba was in two minds certainly on whether to continue with the alliance. She took a long time, I think over a month, to make up her mind, and eventually she agreed to a renewed set of terms of engagement, as it were, because she felt that some of the things that were committed to in the agenda of alliance when both these parties came together were not being adhered to both in letter and spirit. So she took her time before renewing this partnership, as it were, between these two parties. But again, the friction is there for everyone to see, including in this latest instance where the NIA, which reports to the central government, has gone and arrested these 7 Hurriyat leaders. The Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister has taken a slightly different tack in that sense by saying that she's not sure if this is permissible under Article 370 and whether the NIA has jurisdiction to arrest Hurriyat leaders because of the special status that the state of Jammu and Kashmir has. So this kind of back and forth has been going on between the PDP and the BJP for some time. In any case, I don't see this alliance lasting all the way up until the next election. I think there are far too many inherent contradictions, and they just keep coming up every few weeks, every few months. That will be difficult to sustain an uneasy and unnatural alliance such as this up until the next elections, which are a considerable time away.
Quick break now, but only to pause before a date with the secret superstar. Welcome back. So the secret superstar, the secret from Aamir Khan, now out in the open.
Friends, awards lete thak gaya.
Aamir Khan may not believe in receiving awards in real life, but for his upcoming screen outing Secret Superstar, the actor essays the role of music director Shakti Kumar, who believes in both receiving and giving awards. And on Wednesday afternoon, Aamir seemed to be in character, turning musical for the event.
Hey, dum 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 dum, kya bolti tu? Hey, ding 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 ding,
क्या मैं बोलूं.
ये कैसी बात हुई हम?
Starring Dangal girl Zaira Wasim in the lead, Secret Superstar is a story of a small town girl who aspires to become a world famous singer. The national award winner spoke about the barriers she faced on the road of becoming an actress of metal.
Honestly, मेरे लिए as such कोई इतना barrier नहीं था. The only barrier I had was कि मुझे एक्टिंग नहीं आती थी और मैं इससे कभी मैंने इतना ये चीज़ें कभी एक्सपीरियंस नहीं की.
The film is about a girl who is not given the freedom to pursue her passion by her conservative family. And co-producer Kiran Rao used the event platform to talk about women's rights.
Historically औरतों को लड़कियों को दबाया गया है. ये सबको पता है कि बहुत हजारों साल से औरतों को सेकेंडरी पोजीशन में रखा गया है हर चीज में.
And when asked about dreaming of freedom from censorship in the current scenario, Aamir expressed his thoughts on the matter.
Censorship is something that is, I don't know how relevant it is today. And as far as my knowledge goes, the CBFC in any case is not supposed to censor it. It's supposed to grade the film, certify कि किस age group को ये film हम दिखा सकते हैं.
Secret Superstar marks the directorial debut of Aamir's former manager Advait Chandan and is scheduled for a Diwali release. In Mumbai, Mihir Trivedi.
We do think of the Khans in threes, don't we? But for now, think of them in twos. Shahrukh Khan has something to say.
There was a time when we thought that you were a consumer of news, that you watched news. Do you have time to watch news? What do you think of the state of news media in India?
About 12:30 at night or 1 after I finished my workout and everybody is asleep, when kids are asleep, so that उन पे बुरा असर ना पड़े.
Adult, don't tell me news is now adult.
हाँ,
news is not family.
बच्चों पे बुरा असर ना पड़े.
No, but on a serious note, the reason why I'm asking you this question,
How can we be serious about news anymore? It's on a serious note.
Okay, that's Shahrukh Khan's view on the world of news, folks. How can you be serious about the world of news?
News has become like Hindi cinema. I'll tell you, I'll explain it to you.
Please do.
There are two parts. Am I being controversial?
No, not at all. I'd love to hear your take on news.
Okay, I'll tell you. There are two kinds of news. One is parallel cinema, जो serious है, editorial नहीं है, जो viewpoint नहीं, सिर्फ news बताता है. आपकी जो है, Friday को शाहरुख खान की opening नहीं लगती है. एक news है, जिसके अंदर action है, romance है, dance है, फिक्शन है, कुछ कमाल की फ्लाइट ऑफ फैंटेसी है, वो शाहरुख खान फिल्म जैसी है, उसको बड़ी कमाल की ओपनिंग लगती है. तो जब मेरा दिल करता है कि यार आज थोड़ा सा मजा करते हैं, बस एक एंटरटेनिंग पिक्चर देखता हूँ, तो वो वाला देख लेता हूँ. आज यार कुछ दिल कर रहा है इंटेलेक्चुअल टाइप बातें कर लूँ, कुछ समझ लूँ, शायद कुछ समझ आए, नहीं भी आया तो देख लेता हूँ. जब स्पेशली जो गेस्ट आए हुए होते हैं ना, तो उनको दिखाने में स्मार्ट हूँ तो वो वाला चैनल देख लेता हूँ. सो ये बड़ा क्लियर हो गया. मैं बहुत खुश हूँ इस बात से कि कोई भी ऐसा एक्टर नहीं है जो दोनों जगह पर पैर रख के चल पा रहा है. या तो आप खान हैं या फिर आप जो हैं बड़ी अच्छी अच्छी बातें करके अच्छी अच्छी सिनेमा बना रहे हैं. सो मैं इससे बहुत खुश हूँ. मैं हमेशा
न्यूआंस खत्म हो गया. You can't be centrist anymore. Is that what you're saying, Shahrukh? That that you can't take what you began a short while back. That objectivity, subjectivity, वो सब खत्म.
सर कंटेंट और कॉमर्स आप ही लोग कहते हैं चलता नहीं है. वो सीरियस फिल्म मेकर से आप बड़ी सीरियस बातें करते हैं. आपकी कंटेंट ड्रिवन फिल्म है. शाहरुख खान क्या वो लव स्टोरी बनाता रहता है. आप भी बनाओ लव स्टोरी, खुश रहो. मैं इतना खुश हूँ मैं बता नहीं सकता. मैं हंसी से क्या कहते हैं फूला नहीं समा रहा हूँ खुशी से कि ना मैं एक बार सब न्यूज़ एंकर्स को बोलता था कि आप लोग एक बार जब स्टार बन जाओगे ना तब ऐसी की तैसी हो जाएगी. अब मुझे इतनी खुशी होती है इनमें से एक भी कोई ऐसी न्यूज़ देता है फिर ट्विटर पे क्लैरिफिकेशन देता है. मैंने ऐसा नहीं बोला था, मैंने ये नहीं किया था, क्या कर रहे हो, हमारी टीआरपी ऊपर करनी. आई एम सो हैप्पी यू ऑल आर स्टार्स.
We all are stars, but there's only one Shahrukh Khan. There's only one Shahrukh Khan.
उधर तो आना भी नहीं दोस्त. जिस दिन मैंने न्यूज़ पढ़ना शुरू कर दी ना, मैं आपको बताता हूँ.
कभी वो है क्या प्लान में है? आप प्लीज टेल मी.
मैं करके दिखाता हूँ. आप कैसे अपना चैनल ओपन, अपना प्रोग्राम ओपन करते हैं?
मैं कहता हूँ गुड इवनिंग, नमस्कार, आदाब, वेलकम टू व्यू पॉइंट.
ओके, सो गुड इवनिंग, नमस्कार, आदाब, वेलकम टू व्यू पॉइंट. कभी खुशी कभी गम. अब इससे ज्यादा ओपनिंग करके कोई दिखा देना.
Impossible.
कुछ भी एजेंडा ले लेना उस प्रोग्राम के अंदर, यही ओपनिंग करना, देखना कितनी टीआरपी लगती है.
So final question then, Shahrukh, we are living not just in the world of TV news. There's Twitter news, there's Facebook news. News is all around us. And sometimes I get this sense that film stars, they may be aware of the news stories which are developing, but there's always an attempt somehow to plug your film, plug your, your image associated with whatever is happening around us. Is that something that happens with you? How do you deal with social media interactions?
That's a good point actually. Yeah. I think thoda sa low down hai. But you know, on a serious note, I just joked about news and all. I really believe because kahin par, you know, news thoda sa kahin par, apni import ya hum thode, I don't want to sound wrong saying this, but somewhere the seriousness of how news used to be taken has got diluted. That's why even film stars and everybody feels we can come on board and utilize it perhaps for usage in our film promotions or somehow. I think that's happening. I said this some years back. I'm not saying I'm right. I think news, views, stuff on social media has all become like an airport, which is now wanting to send as many planes into the air as soon as possible, as fast as possible, but without bothering to think, where is it going to land? So we are sending, so we are the most busy airport in the world. We have to be the first one to send the plane in. We need to reach the space first. Is it going to land? I think that is something we are all in media. I will never sit down and judge you because you are on the television reading more serious stuff than I'm selling. I think we all need to judge each other and realize, listen guys, whatever we say is going to land somewhere. Let's make sure, even if it's not the right place, at least it should land properly.
Well, Shahrukh Khan always has something to say. But bye for now, more shades next weekend and have a great week ahead.